Hi everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I have a brand new tool that I want to show you how to use. It's so fun. This is the Minc machine, and I have some deco foil here that I am going to use with these really new and fun poly glaze foiling sheets. These are super fun, and if you like foiling but want an easier and quicker way to do it that has really good results and is less tricky, then these are a great option for you. So I have three here. That first one was called Diamonds, the second is Art Deco, and the third that I have is Tiny Dots. And I think there are some more designs out there, but these are the first three that I decided to go with. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the Minc machine, and I'm going to set it to number 3, and then I'm just going to wait for that to heat up. I'm going to start out with this really fun tiny dot sheet, and as you can see, the actual sheet has these kind of light gray, they have a kind of sheen to them, but that is what the foil is actually going to stick to. I'm going to start out with this pink foil, and everything that I'm using will be linked down below in the description box, but I thought this was so pretty. I'm going to trim this to size and get this all prepped so that I can foil this really fun sheet. I like how this sheet is all ready to go. Everything is built in and ready to be foiled. It makes this process really easy, really quick, and I think these turn out really fun. So I'm just going to trim down any extra foil that I have to make sure that I don't have too much foil, and then I'm going to place it so that the shiny, nice side of the foil is side up, and then that back side is going to face the actual side with the design. And you'll see me do this a few times. Then I'm going to note that my machine is nice and hot and ready to go. And I have this little pocket, if you will. It came with my Minc machine, and I also have a smaller size one that I purchased as well. But I'm going to sandwich my little foil and paper within this little pouch pocket. And that is how I'm going to send this whole little sandwich through the machine. So I'm gonna make sure everything is all ready to go. And then I'm going to feed this through the Minc machine. And it's just gonna grab it and feed it through automatically. And just wait until you see how quick and easy this is and how perfect the results are. I'm still amazed, and I'm going to do this a few times in this video to show you some different little styles for these sheets, but you just peel that off once it comes out and look at that. It's perfect. There's no overfoiling. It's super, super easy, super quick, and this is a really fun tool to have in your craft room, a really fun technique to bring to card making or any type of paper crafting that you have. I'm going to go ahead and move on to these Art Deco sheets. Again, that light gray shows you where the design is. That way you can center your foil really, really well. I've just been cutting my foil to the size of the little cardstock, and that's been making it very easy. But again, I'm just going to sandwich my foil and my cardstock in this pouch, and I'm going to run it through the Minc machine. I am in love with this. There are other accessories that you can buy with Heidi Swap too, and if you are interested in me doing some crafts with that, let me know and I can go ahead and check all those out as well. But look at the shine on that. Isn't that pretty? I could stare at this all day. I think this is so fun. It's a really fun way to add some instant shine to your project. And I think you can actually ink blend on top of it too. So if you wanted to bring some more color, you can do that as well. So the final one that I'm gonna do is this Diamonds design. That's really pretty. And I'm grabbing that pink foil once more. And I'm gonna go ahead and send that through the machine and get another fun and perfect result. So I wanted to mention, lately I've been doing a little bit more voiceovers, and the reason is it's summertime at my house. It is a little noisy, it's full of happy, cheerful laughter, but it's gonna be easier for me during these summer months to be able to continue crafting for you while my kids are home. So I just wanted to make note of that. It is not a forever thing, but for now, it is very easy for me and much quicker for me to record and still bring content to you all while still being super present as a mommy for my kiddos. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the tiny dots one more time with this gold foil. Isn't that pretty? And this is where we are going to start building the card. I really wanted to go with a gold because I'm going to bring in all of these cute little scrap paper of cardstock that I have. I love this color combination. I just started grabbing stuff from my scrap bin, and I'm going to use this pretty hello die. I want to do each of my letters out of a different color, so what I'm going to do is just position it so I don't waste too much cardstock, and I decided I'm going to run run through 2 letters at a time just to make this process go a lot quicker. So I'm going to do the H and the O at the same time, and then I'll go ahead and do the remaining letters. But my goal here is to cut each letter out 3 times because I want to stack this up and give this a little bit of subtle dimension. So now that I have all of my letters all ready to go, I'm going to use some of my liquid glue and I'm going to stack these letters up. You could also use some foam tape for the back if you wanted to do that and skip all of this cutting, but I really like this look. It really looks pretty from the side when you're looking at the card too, to have it stacked with paper instead of the foam, but you can do either one. Whichever way you want to do it, you are welcome to build this card in any way you'd like. So I'm just going to continue to get everything all stacked up and we'll continue building up this card. Let me know if you have the Minc machine and what you use it for. I'm really excited to continue using this because it's a really fun, easy machine and it's pretty user-friendly. You just turn it on, set your desired temperature, and you can begin foiling. Okay, I'm grabbing my little mini trimmer here and I am going to just trim this down. I think the final size is going to be 3 1/4 by 5. I think that's right. So, well, I guess in the orientation I'm doing it, it's going to be 5 and 3 3/4. So there is the final little look. Look at that shine. I can't stop. I just can't stop. It's too fun. Now I'm going to go ahead and score my card base. This is 110-pound cardstock, and I'm flipping my orientation then the way that I usually do it. I'm going to score that at 4 1/4 because I'm going to have what I like to call the, I guess, hamburger card, right? I feel like it's that kindergarten way of hamburger versus hot dog, but I like to call it the little hamburger card. So I'm going to go ahead and add some foam tape to the back of my foiled panel here. That way I have some subtle dimension here. It really makes a fun difference on the card. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I'll remove that backing so that I reveal that double side adhesive and then center this panel right on my card, and voila, quick and easy. I have a fun and very shiny background, and I think this is a really fun little technique to keep in your craft space for card making, scrapbooking, all of the fun paper crafts that you can do, because it's easy. There's not any over foiling. It really just takes all of that pressure out of foiling. So fun. So I'm going to grab this stamp set. It's really pretty, and there is a little stamp that says sending, what did it say? Sending handmade hugs? I think that was it. But I grabbed another really fun colored cardstock, and I'm going to do a little heat embossing. So I'll just center my stamp here in my mini Misty right on that paper. And before I do any heat embossing, I'm going to condition my stamp, but also prep my paper with an anti-static powder. Oops, I must have cut that part out, but I have the powder right on the paper, I promise. And now I'll go ahead and just ink that up with some Versamark and get it stamped right down on the paper. I'm going to double stamp this, but I'm going to do a really light pressure because it's a very intricate and thin little stamp, and I don't want to make those letters too smushed, if that makes sense. So I'm going to double stamp that. You can instantly see that that is a really good impression, and then I'll add a fine detail white embossing powder right over my Versamark, tap it off, and it is all ready to heat emboss. Really good results the first time around. I'll just save the extra embossing powder, put it right back in my jar, and then I'm going to make sure that my heat tool is very hot before heating up my powder. And now you can see, oh, it's so gratifying to watch. I love watching it melt, but it looks so pretty, so bold on that nice dark green. And I'll grab that coordinating die and send this through my die cutting machine to cut that out. I am also going to cut this out 2 additional times. That way I have a little bit of stacked layers so that it matches the layered letters that I just did. I think that that will look really nice, but again, substitute that for foam tape if you want to go in that direction. So I'll just layer these up really quickly. I love how this color adds a little bit more to the rainbow that I'm going with. I was going to go with a blue, and then I saw this color in my scrap bin and I just loved it. I felt like it added to the summery feel that I'm trying to take this card in. So I will go ahead and just try to get all of these centered. Now this is where I'm going to just start visually centering everything on my card to see kind of a general idea of where I want everything, but the T-square ruler is going to be our saving grace here. So just so that I don't fumble too much with it and knock it around, I'm going to just put some washi tape, as funny as it is. I'm just going to position it with washi tape. That way it doesn't move around. I don't have to worry about it moving or shifting, and I can just focus on placing those letters. For me, it's always easiest to start in the middle and then go out to the edges from there. So I'm going to start with that L and place it right on that 2.5 inches mark, since the panel I'm working on is 5 inches, and that will give me center. Then I like to go either to the left or the right. In this case, I'm going to the right and getting all of those letters all situated, making sure that my placement between each letter and that spacing is consistent. That way it looks really nice in the end. And then I'll do the same thing on the left side and complete all of my letters. Make sure they're all placed down, and then I can remove that T-square ruler, and great placement. That's such a great little tool to have in my craft room. I'm really glad I have that. And now I am simply going to eyeball this portion. I'm going to place that little sub-sentiment right underneath. I love how this looks. Again, that color, it's something that I don't grab for, and I can't even tell you which color it is, but I love it. It's so pretty. I'm glad I found that amongst my scraps. It really added a fun little look to this. And while subtle, I'm going to add these really nice dewdrops to my card. I didn't want to do anything too colorful because of the letters. I also didn't want to do anything too shiny because I didn't want to distract from that gold foiling in the background, but I thought these were a good subtle little look that added a little something. And there's the final look. Isn't that pretty? So easy, so quick. I love how this turned out. Let me know if you have the Minc machine, what you do with it as well, and let me know if you want to see more videos on this machine. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.